Good morning, guys and dolls. It is 8 o'clock in the morning and it is very quiet. All I can hear is the birds chirping. Everybody's still in their beds or just rising. And early bird catches the worm, you know. But no, mother-in-law needs to go and get the other grandchild today. So I've seen a message at 1:30 when I woke up this morning from Katie saying she set her alarm because mum needs to be up for 9. So I'm going to go round and make sure mum's up so Katie doesn't need to get up in case she hasn't slept too well. Yeah, and then I'm looking forward to the live tonight. So what we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to talk about how Reform are going to lose quite a lot of seats very soon. We're going to talk about the implications of that, you know. So it'll be a pretty upbeat wee live, I think, when we're talking about shit like that, about Labour losing seats. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to get your input on that, guys, you know, because, like I say, I'm no an expert. I just know as much as you do, guys, you know. There's no difference between me and you guys, you know. I'm just able to do this, you know what I mean? So when it comes to the topics I talk about, some of you will be a lot more educated than me. So that's the whole point of life. If you want to sow your tuppence in, you know what I mean? We'll talk about up Arthur, but not in a bad way or nothing, like, you know what I mean? I worry about him, I do worry. I done that video yesterday about him, but I didn't know he'd already brought another video out. I didn't know that. Jeez, oh man, I seen that video last night and I'm like, oh my god, I'm surprised if he's not in the jail today, guys. To be honest, I'm telling you, look at Silver Hot Takes. He's been arrested. He was arrested last night for saying stuff about Stormer. Silver Hot Takes. Just put in Silver Hot Takes, guys. His last video. So when you go to his channel, go to videos, and that's how you get the order of videos. You've always got to click on videos when you go to somebody's channel to get the order of videos that will come up from the most recent video. You know, so that's a wee tip for you guys. So Silver Hot Takes, Silver Fox Hot Takes, Silver Fox Hot Takes, guys. SILVERFOX HOTTAKES. Silver Fox. He was arrested last night. So I'll carry this on. I'm just getting to the door. I don't want to walk in doing a video. So, as I know some of you will notice, I've had a haircut. I cut my own hair. Just like I used to cut hair in the jail, so I did. Didn't do it a lot, but I can cut hair. I know my ears look a wee bit thingy and that now, like, but yeah. So I cut my hair last night, and I don't know what it's like at the back. I haven't really seen it, guys. To be honest with you, probably needs tidied up. Katie'll tidy it up whenever she gets up. And the reason why I cut my own hair is because we've only got Turkish barbers around us, you know. And, you know, it's not about, nothing about racism or nothing like that, you know. I just think, you know, we've got plenty of, I know Scottish barbers, you get me? I have friends that are barbers, so I do. And, yeah, I just think, you know, when my friends were doing, like, had a particular shop, and it isn't personal, guys, it really isn't. But when my friend had a particular shop, it was non-stop busy, you know, and you know, and it was difficult. It was difficult maintaining the rent, the electricity. You know, you're using clippers and all sorts of stuff like that. You know, and he's got music on and tills running and electric, and you know, price of electricity, as you know, is going through the roof. So it was difficult. It was difficult, and these shops are always empty. You know, not always empty, but they're not as busy as they should be. And that tells me that something afoot is going on. You know, being a quote criminal unquote. I do hate that, guys. But you know, I am a criminal. I've committed a crime and I've been in prison. So yes, I'm a criminal, you know. I like to see myself some sort of a political prisoner because you know if it wasn't because of the troubles in Northern Ireland, I don't think I would have ever seen the inside of a prison cell. But maybe maybe the whole fact my mum dying and me getting put in the Rathgale was the whole, no matter what happened, no matter where I was, no matter what the situation going on in Northern Ireland, might have most likely went down the line of crime, because Rathgale was for criminals, and even though I hadn't committed a crime, they did become my best friends. And when I say criminals, these were young guys on the fringes of paramilitary organisations in all different areas around Northern Ireland that were, under 16, that were put into this place, and I was always one of the youngest. I've always been the youngest everywhere, guys. So yeah, I was only a wee boy. I was so young when I went in there. Um, what age? Like, it was before. Guys, I'll edit that bit out for some reason. Yeah, see how long that lasts. Yeah, so I was what? I wasn't even in first year. I would have been in first year, so I would have been 12 years old. I actually thought I was younger than that. You know that, guys? Really do, like, you know. But yeah, I would have. I had to be in first, just starting first year, because that was where all the problems were. That's when I was being abused. In first year, going into first year, and like, I wasn't a man. I want to make that clear. Not that it matters. Abuse is abuse. It was a boy 4 or 5 years older than me. You know what I mean? But without going into details, he was a man. Believe you me, I was a wee boy and he was a man. And so there was all sorts of problems come from that with school. Not doing homework and stuff like that. I mean, this guy was persistent. This proper groomer, like, he put every bit of effort and time he had into trying to have sex with me. You know, and quite confusing, very confusing at that age. Like, because when you're getting groomed, you got to understand it's like very clever. These people are very clever when they want something. And they're dealing with a child. So easy, guys. So easy, like, and just the grace of God, I just had that wee bit of sense about me. I mean, it held back, for enough time for me to deal with it. I mean, obviously stuff went on, but you know, I'm just going to be open and honest. There was an attempted rape. Um, but that's as far as that side of things went. But there was other abuses. But yeah, I'm just going to be open and honest. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, very difficult as an 11-year-old boy to try and understand when somebody's trying to tell you that men go with men, and that's everybody does it, and man, consistent. And I knew, like, from a very early age, I was in the girls. Um, I was a wee perv. I was in the girls. You know what I mean? Was kissing girls in the children's homes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Straight away, first girl I kissed, she had a runny nose. I remember having a runny nose. We were just packing. None of that. It was just, what, 8-year old, 9-year old. You know what I mean? I can remember my first girl's kiss. So yeah, um, definitely knew, wasn't confused or nothing like that. So yeah, it's that kind of thing is difficult to talk about. It really is. But I think we need to talk about it. That's what I was talking to one of my friends last night. Um, this messaging. I know she's actually an ex girlfriend, but it's been through an awful lot. Like I say, I am friends with every single ex girlfriend that I've been with, not had, that's not the right word, but been with in a relationship, guys. That's what I'm talking about, like over a year. You know what I mean? I'm still friends with them, don't communicate with them all, but if I needed to, I could, there wouldn't be, maybe a wee bit of animosity, one or two there, like, what I mean? But there's nothing, maybe a bit uncomfortable, but maybe need to apologize, maybe here and there. I don't know. You know what I mean? How they think, you know what I mean? But we are still in that, we're still communicating. We're able to communicate. We haven't fallen out. Still Facebook friends and all that carry on. And yeah, so yeah, um, talking to, just going to say her name. So I am, guys. Sir. Her name's Sir. And personally, she's you know, she's been through one of the girls in my life that I know that's been through some of the most horrific stuff. And that's just because of Northern Ireland, not to do with abuse. I don't know anything. It's, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's not something we've ever covered or talked about. You know what I mean? things like this when we were growing up and young would never be spoke about. We'd never. I was unspoken like the day where we're open and honest about it, and I make a point of talking about it, so people get used to talking about what's happened to them, and because it's good. It's difficult, as you can see and hear in my voice. It is difficult, but you know I will feel better. If I will, in general, in a whole, when I turn this camera off and edit it and put it up, I will feel better. I'll be like a weight lifted off my shoulder. You know what I mean? But always like that. But at the same time, when you're talking about yourself as a child, it is difficult because it's just like talking about any child, but it's personal because it's you. And sometimes you can see yourself back then. You can feel what you were dealing with, how difficult it was for that wee boy, that wee 11-year-old boy to deal with. And it is heartbreaking. It truly is heartbreaking. Um, and that is a downside, but there's nothing wrong with that, feeling that emotion and feeling sorry for yourself back then. Just that's only human. Jeez, oh man. I'd be surprised if he didn't feel a wee bit emotional dealing with stuff like this. But let's get off that. But anyway, Sarah, I was saying to her, her mental health isn't great because of what she's dealt with. You know what I mean? I'll be yeah. One thing I can tell you is her mom was murdered in front of her. In a pub. You know what I mean? Um, so obviously I know a lot. You know what I mean? And I'm wanting to get her on to talk to you and maybe get a wee chat with her and let her tell you her experience of growing up in Northern Ireland. You know what I mean? In South Belfast, they end up moving into Kilcully and Bangor. One of the biggest loyalist housing estates in Northern Ireland. And her family are really well known in loyalist circles, and her mum was a loyalist singer, a very popular and well known singer in the circles of loyalism in Northern Ireland. So I think it would be interesting for also like my my friends and ex-Republican friends that I've got, maybe see the side of our side, and see how it affects, like the Troubles has affected even our women, you know what I mean, and the repercussions of it, and how we move forward, and the troubles and the difficulties some people have in Northern Ireland because they've been through so much horrific stuff in the last 30 or 40 years, so there's some sides of things in Northern Ireland are unseen and unspoken about, and I want to change that. I want to help Sarah, you know build that armor that we use, the trauma that we deal with in life. I want to help her build that armor and protect herself going forward. You know what I mean? And when she's ready, my platform will be open for her to come on, and you will meet her, and hopefully she'll get her own YouTube channel started up, and you can go and subscribe there and give her some love. You know what I mean? Because that's what we're all about. We're here to help people that's dealing with shit that they shouldn't have needed to deal with. You know what I mean? Circumstances that arise have nothing to do with them. No blame, no fault. Don't know what came up there. I am still recording. I'm going to stop this just to make sure, guys, because I don't want to lose footage. Yeah, storage, guys. I knew it was coming. You know what I mean. I need to do a clear out in my storage. But it just means what I think what happens is it stops a video and then starts again, and you don't really notice it. You know what I mean. I notice it when I come off and I see the different bits of the video. But basically, what I'm saying is, that there's a lot of heartache going on, and like I say, I deal with trauma, how I deal with it, and how I tell you how to deal with it. And if I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell my best friends, exactly the same as I tell you guys. You know what I mean? And and it breaks my heart to see anybody suffering. You know what I mean? And especially somebody like Sarah, you know what I mean, who is such a kind-hearted soul, such a beautiful person. You know what I mean? In so many ways, and been through so much, seen so much, been through so much, and maybe due to some bad choices in life, some bad decisions, like we've all made, you know what I mean? And that the circumstances of them bad decisions have been extreme. Whereas in most people's lives, when you make a bad decision, it's just like you go with the wrong guy, it's in a bit of bother, you end up getting arrested, and you go, oh, fuck God, he's nuts, you know what I mean? And you go your separate ways, or your family pull you away from it, or whatever, you know what I mean? You know, that's a normal situation for most girls, but, sometimes it can be a bit extremer than that. And, yeah. So I don't want to say too much. There's a lot more I could say that isn't my place to say. As far as I'm concerned, after Katie, Sarah is one of the most strongest people that I know to still be here today, and she doesn't realize that, even though she's struggling with mental health and stuff like that, because you're always going to put yourself down and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And she is making small progress and stuff like that, but at the same time, self esteem and all the rest of it is shocking. It can be shocking, you know what I mean? And it's and I'm trying to just let her know that it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay not like I say to you guys, it's okay to be not okay. You know what I mean? It's okay. You just gotta go with it. And you know what I mean? Like I say, there's tricks we can use to deal with these things. We separate who we are in here from the person up here, which is the wee brother or the wee sister, you know. And like I say, it all can be sorted out. It can all be worked out. It's you're a lot bigger, you're a lot stronger. You're the person in here that's got you through where you are today. And this wee sister, wee brother isn't going anywhere after you die. It stays down here wherever. I don't know what goes on with it, you know what I mean? But you're the only person that leaves this earth. Because this wee brother, wee sister is only there because of what you went through in life, what you see, what you speak, what everything that you've experienced in life is what's created this wee sister and brother up here. That's all that is. The things that you say, the way you behave, is how he carries on. He takes everything, she takes everything from the way you behave. Once you realize that, it's a pretty straight road home, to be honest with you guys, because you are all that matters. The person in here is all that matters. You've got so much power up. You don't realize. I keep saying this, people. You don't realize how much power you have. Yes, it's like my emotional journey through life. I've had up and down roller coasters. But the main thing is this is the most exciting thing about it all. Is like the simple fact is when you're down on the roller coaster, you don't realize you're going to go whoa right back up again. You know what I mean? And it's not until you get that into your head that it's okay to go down because you're going to look forward to coming back up. It's coming, and then the goal is that to make them down bits not as deep, so and then eventually you're just up, because we don't want to go too high because that creates its own problems, you know what I mean? People can't handle that. Our friends, our family, our loved ones can't handle us up here, you know what I mean? So, yeah, the idea, and like I say, if you've been through trauma, guys, you're going through some things, please believe me, you are lucky in a way because you're gonna experience highs that nobody else ever gets to experience because you only get them highs through the lows of trauma. So always remember that there is positives, there is silver linings and all the rest of it. But like I say, guys, give Silver Fox a wee look. He's just put a video up this morning. Um, like I say, he's got arrested. Give him some love, give him some support, give him some subscriptions. Make sure you're subscribed to him for starters. Send him a wee message. Tell him that, listen, fucking sorry to hear what happened. Don't stop. Don't give up the fight. Don't let them break your spirit because that's what they're doing. I'm worried about Arthur. I really am. If you're watching this, mate, I'd like you to get in touch with me on X. I'd like to get a wee chat with you. Um, I'm just worried that I can, I'm worried what you're saying on YouTube. It's going to get you in a lot of trouble, bro. It really is, man. And like, I've seen this before. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've sat there with my partner watching a YouTube channel, going, "Geez, oh man." And the next thing, the guy's in court, and the guy's still in jail today. You know what I mean? 2.5 years he got. And I haven't got a crystal ball, mate. But like I say, I know how things work, and you've got to come off the accelerator a wee tiny bit, man. I know how emotional you'll get, and you're only saying what everybody else is screaming at the TV. Please believe me, I'm not saying you're saying anything wrong. I totally understand. You're saying what the rest of the nation is screaming at the TV, but you're a YouTube influencer. You have to behave a different way. You can't behave like you're not on YouTube, bro. So please come off the accelerator, take a deep breath. Don't take any time off because too many people will miss you. I'm not telling you to take a time off, right? Just take your foot off the accelerator. Recognize, do a video channel, say to your followers, listen, get a bit emotional. Everybody understands. We've all been there. Don't think there's nothing wrong with the way you're behaving. We don't think so. That's not the issue. The issue is the government, okay? And we don't want to lose you, bro. That's my message to you, Arthur. We do not want to lose your content. So ease off, slow down, reassess, and chill. Okay, bro? To every one of yous, to all my new subscribers, all my love, and God bless every single one of yous.